Well, please, take your seat.
I think we should end our business relationship with Doyomeki Games. We got held up while we were making some corrections.
It's because Saizo suddenly asked for a budget adjustment. Obviously, it needed some time.
Anyway, let's hurry. I'm sorry for keeping you waiting.
Hello, Keiichi. Do you think you can complete the program within the budget?
Well, yes. It's really more of a just barely situation, though.
I always believed you could pull it off as the CEO of the Tokimeki program. You managed to adjust the budget for the sake of the client. As the development lead at Doyomeki Games, I really value your support.
He's quite the smooth talker.
Well, please, take your seat.
Isn't our table set up differently?
The game we released recently has started. So if anything comes up, we might have to request support for that, right? I thought it might be best to wait and see how everything unfolds before we grab a bite.
What do you mean if anything comes up?
We also handle aftercare. But you do understand there are work-related matters to consider, right?
Of course. It's just a precaution, so don't worry.
It's great that he's putting the client first, but I wish he'd consider the feelings of the people on the ground a bit more.
Is Reina causing any trouble?
Wait a minute.
She's my junior, and I've known her for some time now.
Cut it out, Ken.
Keiichi.
Do you know each other?
We used to work together at my previous job.
So you're the one.
How's Takuto?
Well,
I heard about it. Saizo asked you about budget negotiations, right?
yeah.
I said it would be wise to bring it down a bit, but you ignored me.
If we do that, our cost price will be barely manageable.
But I told you if it sells, it'll lead to the next order, right?
Even so,
Apparently, Kengo, who came before me, was more easygoing when it came to that. But I'm planning to negotiate effectively, so you should be prepared.
I think I've had enough. The next day, I think we should end our business relationship with Doyomeki Games.
Huh?
I realized it at yesterday's networking event. Their previous section chief, Kengo, respected our work and never pushed unreasonable negotiations. But now, it's different.
After all, Ken is focused on the customer. He cuts costs wherever he can and sells the product at a lower price.
I understand he wants to make it more affordable by reducing expenses, but he's thinking exactly like Saizo.
We get their mindset. But even so, I don't think negotiations that undervalue our skills are right. They may be a major client and it could affect our profits, but we have prospects with new clients. So,
I've been waiting for those words.
huh?
Come on, Keiichi.
We've all thought for a long time that it would be fine to end the business relationship. I mean, as soon as Ken took over, it was clear.
Really?
Ken hasn't changed at all.
He's always been customer-focused, but doesn't understand how the people on the ground feel. It's all about not getting the value in return, plain and simple. Well, I guess it all comes down to the fact that his mentor was Saizo.
Saizo and their previous section chief, Kengo, never got along, right?
Saizo's main focus was the customer, but Kengo looked out for the team in the bigger picture. It was inevitable that their opinions clashed.
Even so, you all kept working hard without complaining.
Keiichi, that's because you were working hard.
Huh?
If our boss is giving it his all, how could we not do the same?
Yui told me how you've been negotiating deadlines and handling all the crazy requests.
Guys,
Everyone here is committed to sticking with you through thick and thin. As your secretary, I've seen firsthand just how hard you've been working. So please, feel free to be open with us. We'll have your back no matter what.
thanks everyone.
Excuse me?
Meanwhile, over at Doyomeki Games,
I can't believe Tokimeki program actually cut ties with us. And on top of that, we got hit by that company too at the exact same time.
You're panicking way too much, Saizo.
Ken!
Do you even realize who's working under you? We've already lined up a new business partner.
What?
Todoroki Games. They've been making waves lately, not just in programming, but also in CG production. If we seal the deal, we can still finish the new product. This won't even leave a scratch.
No wonder you used to be the ace of the sales team at your previous job. Start negotiations immediately.
Please, leave it to me.
Meanwhile, over at Tokimeki Program, you ended your deal with Doyomeki Games?
Yes.
She is Nagisa Tokioka, the CEO of Days CG.
At the recent mixer, the way they treated Reina and their unreasonable job expectations finally made us snap. Same thing happened with us. So that means Tokimeki Program has ended the deal with them too?
Yes.
Keiichi, Nagisa told me you stood up for me back then. It honestly meant the world to me. So today, we're here to say thank you. And to negotiate a business deal.
A deal?
I've actually had my eye on Tokimeki Program for a while now. Your software has far fewer bugs and crashes compared to other companies. And you've earned a solid reputation among users because of that. I also heard your updates and maintenance responses are quick and reliable. People really trust your work.
I can't believe you know us that well.
However, one issue I've noticed is that Tokimeki Program doesn't sell products directly. That's because your team's CG production still lags behind the competition. Am I correct? You're absolutely right!
We've been trying to step up our CG game lately, but we just can't match what Doyomeki Games was doing.
That's why I'd like to propose a deal from our side. We don't have the same level of programming talent as Doyomeki Games, so we can't match their cost performance.
Sure, they're great negotiators. But more than that, they've got deep connections.
They even throw work our way, despite us being a small company.
It's probably cheaper for them than going with a big firm, and they still get good value out of it.
But still, that doesn't mean we're willing to accept deals that don't match the value we bring. We take real pride in our work.
So do we.
That's exactly why we cut ties with them. Please, Keiichi, would you let us work with you? If Tokimeki Program and our company teamed up, we could really...
In that case, I might have an idea.
Huh?
As Nagisa stood there, stunned by my proposal, time quietly moved on.
What is going on?
What's wrong?
Look at this.
That's just this month's sales rankings, isn't it? Thanks to Todoroki Games, we're still in first place this month, so why are you freaking out?
You've got it all wrong.
Huh?
Look closely at the rankings.
What? No way.
This new company, Tokide Gaming, just came out of nowhere and shot up to second place. I just looked up their latest release, and it's practically a carbon copy of our greatest hit.
You think they ripped us off?
We're going to Tokide Gaming. Hello?
Saizo,
Oh, and Ken?
what are you doing here?
Why are you two here?
Why?
Because we run this company.
Run it?
Oh, you didn't know? We recently merged with Tokimeki Program and became Tokide Gaming.
What did you say?
After we ended things with you, Nagisa reached out to us. Since we shared the same vision and goals, we decided to merge and create something even better together.
No way. Did you really cancel our deal just to pull this off?
Don't be ridiculous. The merger was decided after we cut ties with you.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, what exactly do you want?
If you're not here for anything important, we'd like you to leave.
Care to explain what's going on?
You're talking about our new release, right?
Is there a problem with it?
Is there a problem? Are you serious?
It's clearly a ripoff of our game. The combat system, the character design, even the story's just like our best-selling title.
For now, why don't we go to the conference room? Let's talk there. So, you're saying we copied Doyomeki Games' title.
Yes.
Did you actually look through the game properly?
Excuse me?
The reason the designs look similar is because the same designer worked on both. And while the combat system may look alike, it's actually a completely different engine.
What?
Our combat system is an upgraded version of the program we once provided you. The action elements in CG now respond to much finer movements. It's a whole different beast.
Wait, are you saying you didn't fully commit when you were with us?
That's not it. Takuto and Noah kept pushing their programming research and finally cracked some seriously complex code.
Because of this, the rhythm game now features a much richer and more diverse sound range. And now we can sync it with characters that move in incredibly subtle, detailed ways.
Are you really saying that Takuto has made that much progress in such a short period? No way.
You've always been like this.
What?
You never even tried to truly evaluate your younger colleagues' potential. You just assumed your judgment was always right. Takuto's grown, so is Reina. You really think they're still the same as back then? Ugh.
Oh, and there's one more thing that sets us apart from Doyomeki Games.
What is it?
Your company focuses on being cost-effective, and you've made it a point to create everything while sticking to a tight budget. But honestly, we always felt like we could have made the games even better.
You could say the new titles from Tokide Gaming are the culmination of all that untapped potential. They might look similar, but tons of reviews say the feel is completely different.
That's ridiculous.
If there were things you wanted to improve, you could have just come and talked to me.
We did, remember? Every time you shut us down saying the budget wouldn't allow for it.
So you were the one rejecting all of it?
But Saizo, you were the one who told us never to go over budget.
If something's truly essential, that's a different story.
I'm sure he just wanted your approval.
What are you talking about?
Keep costs as low as possible to maximize company profits.
I think I've heard that phrase before.
I've seen you tell Kengo that during meetings at your office. More than once.
Ken didn't want to end up like him, so he probably pushed himself to the limit just to avoid it.
Is that true, Ken?
I'm sorry, I was scared of being cast aside.
That's why we kept working within that tight budget, to meet your expectations. What you saw was the top result we could pull off with the resources available to us. But it's different now. Now, we make products that are priced according to the value they actually deliver. So don't go throwing around accusations like we copied you. That's insulting.
But as long as we're around, it's gonna be tough for you to take the top spot.
After all, the title that ranked number 1 last month. That's our masterpiece. There's no way you're topping that.
Hold up. Did you end up outsourcing that to Todoroki Games?
How do you know that?
I knew it.
Besides us, the only ones capable of producing code at that level are Todoroki Games. But if that's the case, then there's one more thing I can guess.
Excuse me. What's wrong? Wait, you're getting a flood of complaints from game crashes.
What?
Get the SE team together and handle it immediately.
What the heck is going on, Ken?
I have no idea either.
Didn't you only hire Todoroki Games to do the programming design?
What?
They insisted that completing everything on the previous budget would be a challenge that couldn't be met. Isn't that right?
Is that true, Ken?
Yes. No one else would take the full job, so we had them do the design and had our in-house SEs handle the implementation.
So that's how you kept it under budget.
But then why are we having all these problems? Our SEs followed the spec sheet to the letter.
And that's exactly why it's crashing.
What?
Back when we were working with you, it happened a lot. You would often make extra requests when you saw something you liked.
Your SEs may know how to code, but they're not experts when it comes to reading and adapting design documents. If too many additions get tacked on, the code starts to drift from the specs, and the whole thing moves further and further away from the original plan.
If you're seeing this many crashes and bugs, that's probably the cause.
No way.
What are you gonna do about this, Ken? You said I could leave it to you, so I did.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Isn't it unfair to blame this all on Ken?
What did you say?
You're the one in charge, Saizo. Shouldn't you have gone over the final checks with him?
I have other responsibilities. That's why I trusted him with that part.
That's not trust. That's just dumping everything on him and turning your back.
What did you just say?
No matter how busy Keiji gets, he still finds the time to reach out to all of us. And never overlooks the details.
If he's that involved, how does he keep up with his own workload?
That's precisely why Yui and the others jump in to lend a hand. They can take care of what I can't manage. So I can just focus on the final reviews and the key elements. Everyone works together. That's how trust is built, through real teamwork.
That's the total opposite of how we operate.
I really hoped we could build something like that with Doyomeki Games too. But I guess that was wishful thinking.
No way.
Saizo, we have a problem. The SEs on site say the crashes and bugs are spiraling out of control. They're begging for reinforcements.
Keiichi, can't you do something? You used to manage our products, so you can handle this kind of fix, right?
It's true that we still take on some debugging jobs.
Then please.
Sorry, but we've got a big meeting lined up with another company. We're about to start production on a new game and we're already spread thin. Realistically, we wouldn't be able to take on another company's emergency work for at least a year.
A year?
If we wait that long, our most popular title is gonna tank.
Guess we've got no choice but to swallow the costs and ask Todoroki Games.
Well, considering how messy things are with that game, I'd expect them to charge a premium for the cleanup.
No way.
And just like we predicted, Doyomeki Games ended up sinking way more money than expected. Due to constant bugs and a lack of profits, they ultimately had to completely withdraw the game from release.
All the reviews are just flooded with complaints.
If I just treated our partners better from the start.
In the end, Doyomeki Games completely lost out to us in terms of quality. Their products stopped selling, and their stock price tanked. With sales plummeting, they ended up on the brink of bankruptcy. Now, hardly anyone even remembers their name in the industry. Meanwhile, our next release became a massive hit, skyrocketing our reputation and keeping us at the top of the charts ever since. This is all thanks to you, Yui.
Huh?
You've made it possible for Takuto, Reina, and Noah to smile and truly enjoy their work.
What are you talking about? It's because you work so hard for everyone, Keiichi. When you do good for others, it always comes back around to you. That's definitely one of my favorite things you've ever mentioned.
Yui.
But maybe it's time you started putting yourself first for a change.
Huh?
How about letting your personal life flourish too?
Can you help me with that?
I'd love to!
Enjoyed the video?
Then smash that like button and subscribe!